Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video you've ever watched of mine, hello, my name is Lonyea, and in today's video we are going to be doing a video on the new Covergirl Full Spectrum collection. They sent this over probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago. It's been quite some time. It's been sitting in my closet because it's just been crazy over here in these parts, but pretty much for this video I'm just going to use like the foundation, the eyeshadow palette, the concealer, and the highlighter palettes. There was lipsticks and like lip glosses that came with it, as well as eyeliners, but I didn't feel like using those, so that is what we're going to do. So if that is something that you're interested in, then please keep on watching. Okay, so as I mentioned, there were foundations. They're called the Full Spectrum Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation, which looks like this. And when I first saw this, it reminded me a lot of the True Matte Self-Made foundation, and I was like, so they came out with another matte foundation. Like for me, it's kind of like two matte foundations, same brand, same like concept. It's kind of like, and it's within like okay, I got the Self-Made foundation like this past summer, so maybe June, July-ish. So it's like within 6 months there's another foundation coming out. I do like this this packaging a lot better. The clear acrylic like top, and then it's a nice square compact glass bottle. It is glass, so you know, traveling and things like that won't probably be the best. But I have 3 different shades. I'm not sure 100% of the shade, like my skin tone shade, but this foundation does retail for $9.96 to $11.49, so it's about anywhere between $9 to $11. I don't know what that means. Oh wait, that's the primer. Sorry, wrong one. The foundation is $9.96 to $13.39, so probably about $12.99 at a drugstore. It says it's transfer-resistant, long-wear formula with buildable coverage to hide pores, imperfections, and keep the shine controlled all day. Offers a natural matte finish using 5% mattifying powders to help absorb oils and blurs the pores. It is available in 20 shades. So the shades are like light neutral, light medium, golden, medium neutral, medium tan neutral, golden, deep cool, tan deep cool, Deep Cool 1, Deep Neutral 1, Deep Cool 2, Deep Neutral 2, and Deep Cool 3, and Deep Cool 4. So there's like 4 different categories for the deep. But I love that they add the cool and the neutral in there because like personally someone like me, I don't like a warm foundations, and it makes me feel really good when brands start to like gear towards the undertones as well as the skin tone, and not just the skin tone, because you can get the skin tone right all day, but if the undertone looks a mess, it looks a mess. So like I said, I have 3 shades here. I think this one might actually be a little dark, but we're just gonna go ahead and try that out and see which shade matches for me. This first one is Deep Cool 2, which looks like this. This is Deep Cool 2. I think this might be my shade. And there is a pump if I didn't mention that before. It's not bad. Maybe a little too pink for my liking. Maybe a little too pink. This one right here is Deep Neutral 1, which is the one that I originally think I picked up because as you can see it has a little bit more of a warm undertone, which is what I prefer. Not like warm, like orange warm, but yeah, see that has a little more of a warm undertone. Don't know how I like that one either. I feel like the first one is a little pinkish, and okay, this is Deep Neutral 2. So this is Deep Neutral 2, which is like 1 level darker than Deep Neutral 1. I don't know, you guys. I think I might have to go with Deep Neutral 1 because I think this one, Deep Neutral 2, is just a little dark. Yeah, that's just a little dark. I don't know. I don't know. This is what's hard about drugstore foundations. Also, because if you don't watch someone's video like this, someone that's closer to your skin tone, it's going to be hard for you to find your foundation shade because most times they don't have testers. Okay, so the primer is, once again, a mattifying primer. It does have SPF in it. It says it's a prep skin with an invisible layer of SPF that exceeds the wear of makeup and provides hours of oil control for a shine-free finished look. I know some of you guys, ooh, make sure you shake this up. Okay, yeah. Let's, I know some of you guys aren't oily. Like, personally, for me, I'm only oily in my nose area. Everywhere else, I'm not very oily. So it's kind of like, I don't really need to use oil control primers anymore. But I do when I'm going like somewhere where I need to like make sure that my foundation lasts. I'll apply it. But this is more of a lotion form than it is like a sticky, tacky kind of base. So I like this. One of my favorite oil control primers is from Covergirl, and it's in a lotion form. I wore it when I worked at Walgreens, and it helped my foundation last all day, and I really liked it. So just going to apply that to my face, and then I'm going to move on to the eyes. I just want to talk about the foundation first and foremost. They did come out with palettes. They came out with 4 of them. So they are in the same kind of format with the clear top, black, black packaging. And this one is the So Saturated palette. Wait, no. This is, wait. Okay, no. That's just the name of the eyeshadow palettes. Okay, this one is the Posh Chic palette, which has a little bit more hint of blush and berry tones. It's definitely for someone that loves the berry tones. The next one is the Reverence Palette, which looks like this. This one's a little more neutral. This is one that I'm going to be using with another palette today in today's video. This next one is the shade Zodiac, which I love this palette because this palette is really bright and colorful. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna use these colors today because I want to do like a spring look, and that's just like drawing my eye. It's catching my eye. So that's that one. And then the last one is more cool tone. This is called the Gravity Palette, and this has a little more hints of cool tones down here. This teal green, this blue, this slate gray. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my lid as I normally do with my ColourPop concealer, and we're going to get started on the eye look. Okay, so the eyeshadows are color-rich eyeshadow palettes with 8 vibrant shades designed to vividly pop against medium to deep skin tones, giving an easy-to-use kaleidoscope of colors. It's available in 4 different palettes styles, and they range from $9 to $13. So that is awesome. So they specifically made these palettes to pop and be able to be worn on medium to deep to dark, richer skin tones, which is great. Like, yes, CoverGirl, yes, inclusivity, yes, everything. So I'm going to take the Reverence Palette, which is the warm neutral palette. I'm going to take the shade right here in the middle. This is going to be my transition shade. And once again, like I said, I'm using like that golden orange kind of color. And I don't know what kind of look specifically I want to do, but I kind of have something in mind. But who knows how it's going to turn out. And I'm using a Sigma E35 blending brush and just working this into my upper crease. So next I'm going to take this chocolate brown shade right here in the middle. Maybe just a tad bit of the last shade. And I'm taking this just directly into the crease. This look, I think, is going to be like a cut crease. Nothing like too crazy. My pressure is very, very, very light with this as well. And I'm taking a Coastal Scents Pro Blending Brush. And as you can see, that darker brown is just adding a nice bit of shading to the crease. So that way you can kind of see that there is going to be a cut crease happening here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I'm just going to use my Dose of Color concealer brush with my ColourPop No Filter concealer in D40 and cut out the crease. Okay, so I'm going to take the first yellow shade in this palette. This is the Zodiac palette, the colorful palette. This is all shimmers. Let me make sure that I mentioned that. And I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. I'm going to leave like the first like corner open, I believe. And I didn't set down my concealer because I want this to really pop. So I'm going to apply it against that tacky base. And I'm applying this with an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush all over the lid. Okay, and for the first inner portion, I'm going to just take the first shadow. It's like a nice like white vanilla shadow. And that's like my inner corner. And I'm just going to blend the two together. Okay, so I'm feeling a pop of green on the lash line. I don't know why I'm feeling green, but I am. So, have I done yellow and green? I feel like I've done that lately, but I can't think of it. So I'm just cleaning up my concealer edge just right out here so I have a map or guideline of where I want to take it. Okay, so they did come out with full spectrum liners. There are about $6 to $9. And they're an all-day liner that gives added definition to eyeshadow and shades. And this is in the shade Electric Green. So I'm going to take this Electric Green. And it's not really popping against the yellow. So maybe I'll just take the green eyeshadow and like a flat brush. Yeah. And just take this. Right along the edge of the shadow. Kind of cool. All of that is gonna have to get cleaned up anyways, but some like that. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other eye and then we will test out this foundation and the concealer and the highlighter and all of that. Okay, you guys, so I did say that I was going to use Deep Neutral 1 to apply for foundation. And I am going to just take this on a beauty blender. It does have a smell. It smells like most CoverGirl foundations. The shade isn't bad, though. It's not bad. I'm not mad at it. It's actually not bad. It's not like extremely matte either. It's not like the Morphe one that I reviewed yesterday. It's not that matte or even thick. It's definitely a buildable coverage, but it does give nice coverage like right off the bat. So the smell is pretty prominent as I'm applying this. It is pretty prominent. It might annoy some people, the fragrance, but I don't know. Not a bad color though. What do you guys think? I don't think it's like terrible. It's definitely breathable. It's definitely buildable. It's definitely skin-like. Like it doesn't look like the Morphe one that I wore yesterday. That's a little more pasty cakey, I guess you could say. This one's a lot more of a like wearable foundation, like an everyday wear foundation. So they also have concealers. I have the 5 shades that they came out with 4 concealers. And for them to make this line specifically geared towards like women of color and, you know, medium to deep skin tones, there's only one deep concealer. The rest of these are really, really, really light. Like these are more for like medium skin tones. Like, let's see. It's an all-day idle brightening concealer as well. But where's the number? Is there not a number on here? There's not even a number, so I don't know. I guess I'll just go in with the darkest one and use it as a base. It does have a doe foot applicator. I don't know. I guess this one's the darkest of the lightest. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know about this concealer. It's definitely lightweight. It's not like a thick concealer. I don't know. See, you guys know concealers are just one of my favorite things. Okay, yeah, no. This is shit. Oh my god, I'm so mad I put this on my face. I knew I shouldn't have put this on my face. Because I just knew I wouldn't like it. Oh my god, no. Do not buy this concealer. I do not like it at all. It just, the color is terrible. I don't like the consistency of it. It has no coverage. Like, I look a mess. Like, I'm actually quite upset. So I'm going to put my ColourPop on and we'll be right back. Okay, so before I start on the, like the face, like the rest of the face, I'm just going to go back in with those two brown shades and just go like right underneath of the lower lash line, because right now, again, I'm going to shade right underneath of the green with this pencil brush. This is a Sigma pencil brush, and I really enjoy shading underneath whatever I use, like out here in the outer V. I think it just helps make it pop, like a lot. So, and I'm going from inner corner to inner corner. There is a little bit of green from the eyeshadow in my waterline, but I don't really mind with that. So, yeah. And the reason I left powder underneath is because I really wanted to make sure that like any possible fallout is going to be caught and it's not going to settle onto my concealer. You really don't want that, because then it can just look a mess. Like, it'll just look like shimmery or powdery or, I mean, anything. It can look any type of way. Okay, y'all, so right now my face is feeling really dry and really tight, especially around, like right around here, like my mouth area. So I'm going to spray my face with this makeup fixing spray from Pixie, because although I enjoy matte foundations, I actually would prefer a more matte foundation and then set with a more dewy, like a dewy setting spray. Like right now my face is feeling like really, really, really dry, and I hate when it feels like that. It's not like, nothing's like clinging to like my dry patch or anything, but like, I know you guys want to see a close-up yesterday with the Morphe foundation, so let me just, this is before I spray anything. And I did use my Beauty Bakery No Flour powder, so it's not bad. It's just a little extra matte for me. So I'm gonna spray. It's like I feel like I need extra spray because I'm feeling so dry right now. So I haven't applied any highlighter because they did come out with these Sculpt Experts Versatile Cheek Palettes. I did feature these on my Instagram story when I first got these because I was like, oh my gosh, this highlighter might just be my favorite drugstore highlighter. So I swatched it and it's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Oh my gosh, look at that. So pretty, so buttery, so pigmented, saturated, everything. Like, you get a ton of pigmentation. So this is what it looks like on my skin, and this is in the palette It's called Rose Rush, and it does have a blush here. It's a shimmery blush, so if you're into shimmery blushes, that's going to be for you, but I don't really like shimmery blushes anymore. I prefer a more matte blush with a shimmery highlighter, but this highlighter is definitely better than Molten Gold from Maybelline in the sense of it being a little more golden and less like champagne. Like I love this highlighter color. This was a good color for deeper, darker skin tones, especially if you're darker than me. It's going to look even better on you, but they give a lighter option. So if you are a little lighter but you still want this dark highlighter but a little something lighter to go over the top, they give you that option, which I really like. Oh my gosh, it's just so pigmented. Like I'm like tapping into it. Like I'm barely even like doing anything. Oh my gosh, I just love this so much. So freaking pigmented. Okay, you guys, so that pretty much wraps it up. My final thoughts on this collection. I love the eyeshadow palettes. I do love all CoverGirl eyeshadow palettes. I haven't had an issue with pigmentation, blendability, color selection, anything like that. I really appreciate that these palettes in particular were created with medium to deep skin tones or women of color in mind when picking the colors and the color selections and things like that. Like that makes me very, very, very excited. As far as the foundation, like once everything is on, I think the color was actually pretty good. It's a bit on the warmer side, but I don't think that I don't think like being like my skin tone, you're not going to get something that's not on the warmer side, even when it claims to be neutral. Because even my Morphe foundation yesterday, once it oxidized, it looked a little warm, although it was a neutral foundation. So it's just like, you win and you lose as long as it's close to it. So once again, I am in the shade Deep Neutral 1. This is the shade that I wear. The foundation with the primer together, it makes for a very, very, very matte, tight finish. I personally am not the best, like, I'm not the most fan of that. I don't ever use, like, if I use a mattifying primer, it's only in my nose area and, like, right above my brows, but never all over. So that was my mistake for applying it all over, even though it was a lotion form. Because I'm drier, I'm more normal dry on the outer perimeter of my face than I am oily. But if you're oily all over, these two in conjunction with each other are going to be great for you. If you're dry, you want to stay away from this collection as far as the complexion goes, except like the highlighter palette, I would definitely recommend to any and all women of color. This middle shade is thebomb.com, and like y'all, it's just that girl. Like it just is. The concealer was absolutely trash. I would not recommend that concealer. Like, I wouldn't touch it as far as I can throw it. Like, it's just bad. I just don't like it. So, they also came out with a powder. They have a powder, but I didn't use the powder because, for one, I never powder my foundation. And two, oh my god. Like, I would be like so gosh darn tight. Like, I still feel very dry. I just sprayed before I got back on the camera my face with the Morphe Prep Continuous Mist Setting Spray, whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, but I sprayed it and I'm still feeling a little tight. So powdering over the top of that would be a little excessive unless you're oily. Like, your skin is just so gosh darn oily. But I think that's all I have for you guys. I think that's all of my opinions. The eyeliner didn't apply on the eyeshadow very well, but that's to be expected, especially with applying it over eyeshadow. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving this color. I'm loving this look. I just popped on the Desi Katy over the top lip gloss just right over my lips because I didn't know what color I wanted to do. So I'm like, I'll just do a nude with some gold flecks and call it a day. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.